Yo, what's going on, my friend? This is marketing specialist Antonio Millhouse coming to you live again. We back at it again with my brother, the founder of the Rise of the 1%, Gerald Bass. How you doing, bro?
Doing great. Bless yourself.
Man, I'm great as well, man. Can't complain, man. But yeah, y'all, we back again with another video, man. I'm super excited, and I know that the viewers out here is going to get a lot of value from what's about to be shared on this video today. So with that being said, Gerald, man, I'm going to hand it to you, man. Let the people know about the Rise, what we're looking to accomplish, and just let them know a little bit about what we got going on.
Yeah, so my name is Gerald Bass. I'm the founder of the Rise of the 1%. We've been around going on 6 years now, and we actually work with black coaches, consultants, course creators, and service providers. We're putting systems in place to consistently pack their calendar with qualified appointments and convert those appointments over to high-value clients. We typically work with black entrepreneurs in the $2,000 to $10,000 a month range who want to scale up to $20,000 to $50,000 a month in under 60 days through automation, a remote commission-based sales team, and without paid ads. And our mission is to create $1 billion in success stories over the next 3 years or less amongst black entrepreneurs.
Wow, that's big, man. I love it. I love it. So yeah, man, with that being said, let's go ahead and let's dive in.
Let's go.
All right, Gerald, man, so let's get straight into it, man. So I have a few questions that I would like to ask you, but my first question that I have for you today is, in your opinion, what does it really take to be successful as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so in my opinion, what it really takes to be successful as an entrepreneur is, for one, you have a strong why and vision. Two, you got to surround yourself around other successful people that's within the space that you're looking to be great in. Three, you have to develop the skill sets to be successful and great at what you do. And four, you got to have great work ethic. And so the first business I actually started myself back in my early 20s was an entertainment company. It was called Hard Hitters Productions Incorporated. I started off as an artist. Then I got into artist management and throwing parties here in Atlanta. And when I first started Hard Hitters, I actually was in college at FAMU. And I was taking up music at FAMU. But I saw a lot of my buddies having success in the entertainment business here in Atlanta. And so I decided around my third year at FAMU that I wanted to transition back to Atlanta to really go full-fledged with the entertainment business. And so I did that, but I didn't drop out of college or anything. I actually transferred to Georgia State University here in Atlanta. And when I first came into Georgia State, I actually was taking up music production and music business. But I had one of my buddies who grew up in my neighborhood in Decatur, Georgia, who actually was about to graduate from Georgia State. And he saw me downtown at Georgia State, and he pulled me to the side, asked me what I was taking up. And he said, "Gerald, I believe you should go full-fledged with business." And so I actually ended up changing my major to business, and that's what I went to school for at Georgia State. And while I was at Georgia State, I was working a part-time job for a little while at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. I was selling newspaper here in Atlanta because my mom actually worked for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution as well. And so I was working there myself. And that was actually my first experience, I would say, with sales on an actual job. I mean, in high school, I sold candy and stuff like that. But in terms of actually working a job, that was my first time doing sales. And then I did that for a while. Then I ended up working for the Atlanta Braves here in Atlanta part-time. And I was doing the entertainment business in the evenings here in Atlanta. So I was going to school full-time, taking up business. I was working a part-time job. And I was doing the entertainment business. And what really got me real serious about the entertainment business and had me in a position where I was really lacking sleep and everything by doing all these things at one time was I saw my buddy Travis Easy Harris, and I saw success that he was having in the entertainment business, and also my partner Smurf. I saw the lifestyle they were living as full-time entrepreneurs in the entertainment business at that time. I was like, I want that lifestyle. So that inspired me, right? That became a strong why for me to really go hard in the entertainment business and still go to school and work that job. And I actually did all three of those for a whole year. And like I said, I was averaging around 4 hours of sleep, right? I don't recommend that on anyone, sleep deprivation, but I will say that's what I did because I was hungry.
You got to be hungry.
And literally after a year doing that, I didn't have to work the part-time job anymore. I was actually just going to school full-time and doing the entertainment business because I was making enough money in the entertainment business where I didn't need to work a job. So I went full-time. And eventually I ended up graduating from Georgia State University with a degree in business and went full-time in the entertainment business. Now, with the entertainment business, I did well in that business for some years, did business with a lot of celebrities and stuff like that. But around 2011, took a huge decline in my income, and so I got into network marketing. And when I first got into network marketing, the first few months, I didn't really do much anything because I was still attempting to make the entertainment business work. But around the month 4, I actually went to a national conference, and I saw other successful people like myself. They was having success. And I was like, well, if they are doing it, I can do it. And so what I ended up doing was I ended up getting a mentor, coach, who was actually in what they call upline in network marketing, to actually start to work with me. And it was actually a guy who had retired his mom at the age of like 21 years old or so, right? And I'm like, this guy retired his mom at the age of 21, and he had bought himself a house as well. I was like, if he did it, that's what I want to do as well, or at least be able to help out my mom, right, financially, because my mom was working 2 jobs. So that fueled me, right? That was my why, to go extremely hard in terms of network marketing. And while I was in network marketing as well, what network marketing did for me was I started to get into personal development. So like if you're going to be successful as an entrepreneur as well, you got to be strong in terms of personal development. So I started reading, right? Personal development books to strengthen my mind. Over time, I started reading more books on business, network marketing, and sales and stuff like that to just sharpen my skill sets and get great at what I was doing. And in network marketing, I can tell you this, I was going full time in network marketing at one time. After I decided to actually just leave the entertainment business. And I can tell you this, me and my team, we worked around the clock in terms of network marketing, right? I don't know too many teams that were within the company we were in that was outworking us. Not too many teams. We worked around the clock in terms of that business. And the first few years in network marketing, we had moderate success. But we transitioned into another company around the 4th year. So for 3 years, we did a company that was in the telecom and energy space. And then around the 4th year, we got into the travel industry. And we got into the travel industry. We hit the ground hard in that. And literally within the first 70 days, I was actually ranked amongst the top 5% of income earners out the entire company. I had several of my team members who were ranked amongst the top 10% of income earners. And also I had one of my best friends, he was ranked amongst the top 5% of income earners as well. He was on my team. And then, long story short, in 2 years, I actually went diamond in that company. I was ranked amongst the top 3%. And I had like several success stories all throughout our organization. People walking off jobs, people going full-time in business, all that type of stuff. But like I say, it did take a lot of hard work over time. And then what happened was pretty much that company started to go downhill. And so around 2015 or so, I actually started doing a conference call called The Rise of the 1%, where I actually interviewed successful entrepreneurs who were rising into the top 1%, or they were already in the 1%. And I did it for about a year. I let people come on and hear me interview the people. They got a lot of value out of it. And what ended up happening was, after about a year of doing it, I was like, I don't want to just do this as a conference call. I want to turn it into a full-fledged community and company where I actually can help entrepreneurs. specifically African American, rising to the top 1%. So that's what we did. We launched Rise of 1% in October of 2016. And in the beginning stages of launching the Rise of 1%, the vision, once again, help a lot of black entrepreneurs rise to the top 1%. Help close the racial wealth gap, right? That's the why and the vision. And what I also had to do as well was I had to get coaches that were already successful in like the consulting space, coaching space, courses, growing businesses. That's what I did. So I invested into coaches, different consultants, different courses, going to events, and over the years now, masterminds, invested a lot of money to learn from literally multimillionaires on how to really scale businesses to that next level. And also in the Rise of 1% in the beginning stages, we put in a lot of work. And what I mean by putting in a lot of work, I had many nights I was up to 2 a.m. in the morning. Because all throughout the day, at that time, I was doing a lot of prospecting. I was doing phone calls with potential clients. I was onboarding clients. I was servicing clients. We was putting out content around 3 to 5 times a week at that time online as well to educate the masses on different ways to grow their businesses. I was doing a webinar every week, literally for almost a year, doing a webinar every week for the public, right? I was speaking at events here and there. I was doing a whole lot of different things, taking interviews here and there, getting out networking with other entrepreneurs, just doing a lot of things, traveling to other people's events, right? So it was a lot of work. I would definitely say that in the beginning stages, but you know, it's paid off over time. We've been in business 6 years now. We have hundreds of thousands of dollars in success stories, and we are a multi-six-figure company ourselves. So, in my opinion, that's what it takes to become successful as an entrepreneur.
Wow, bro, that's deep. Yeah, it definitely takes a lot to be successful, man, especially as an entrepreneur. But yeah, man, let's keep it going, man. So my next question that I have for you is, do you believe entrepreneurs these days have it made compared to back in the day?
Yeah, I would say now in the whole social media age now, I mean, you can literally hop on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, these different platforms, and you'll see a lot of people posting like motivational quotes, inspirational quotes, or putting out motivational content, inspirational content on these different platforms, even YouTube. Versus back when I first became an entrepreneur, like back in 2006, it was popping on MySpace at that time. And on MySpace, people really didn't want to on there like inspiring you. It was like everybody was on there just like networking or what have you, or they was on there promoting stuff. Right, that's what we did. We primarily used it to market. Versus now, it's just totally different. For us to get inspired, I mean, we had to really be around people that actually inspired us. We had to get into those circles and be around people. And I would say, yeah, that's one of the differences. And another thing, too, in today's age with the whole online space is everyone's just online versus back when I started in entrepreneurship, like in the entertainment business, for instance, we used to have to like get out here in the city of Atlanta and pass out flyers. Like wherever the venue was, where we was going to be doing a party or my artist was going to be performing or whatever the case may be, we would get out like and plaster it up with flyers. Throughout the day, we'll be hitting gas stations, barbershops, hair salons. We sometimes used to even go downtown, underground Atlanta as well. We'll put out flyers all downtown everywhere. We will be like hitting like the let outs of different clubs in the city. We'll be outside passing out flyers, everybody coming out the club or hitting up cars, putting up posters in different stores around the city and stuff. Like, we had to really get out in the field and build. We still did online too, but we also had to do offline real heavy back then versus now. And we did some radio promo as well back in those days too. You know, whereas today, you can run Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads, for a lot cheaper and get a lot more reach and get a lot of customers and clients than the radio, I would say. Even though ad costs have went up, but in terms of radio is a lot more expensive, right? So that's what I will say. Even when I was in network marketing, I even see now, like with network marketers, a lot of them are mostly billing primarily online. Versus back when we were in network marketing, we really got out and beat the pavement. Like, I know they used to say, do the business while you're out and about. Don't go out and about to do the business. I know that whole saying. But our team took it to a whole nother level. And the reason that is because I actually saw another guy. He came into the telecom and energy network marketing company we was in, and he literally hit one of the top positions in that company. It was senior vice president, right? It was a position over the position I was at, which is I was the national director. He hit the position in 85 days, right? And when he actually shared with myself and some others on how him and his team did it, it was because they got out and beat the pavement, right? They actually went out and they talked to people and they passed out flyers in reference to the home-based business opportunity, right? And the different products and services and stuff like that. They went out and shook hands with people on a daily basis. And so that's what me and my team did. We didn't just rely solely online. Now, we still did online marketing, but we also did offline. And we also were in the dens and living rooms every evening, primarily in network marketing. Almost every evening, sometimes several times in a day, we were doing presentations, right? Versus now, everything is primarily online, people doing Zooms and stuff, which is nothing wrong with that. I mean, we use Zoom in today's time as well, but I'm just saying, though, it was just way different. And I think it's built that tough skin in a lot of us that were doing it back then into today's time, where entrepreneurs in today's time, skin is not as tough at times as some of us that's been doing this for a while, because we really had to get out in the field, right? So that's what I would say in terms of that. Now, in terms of the rise of the 1%, a lot of the things we do now, I would say, are similar to what we were doing a little bit in the beginning stages of the business, because we were primarily online. I mean, we have made some shifts in different things. We don't have to do as much in certain things as we did in the beginning stages, but it's still a lot of similar stuff that we did in the beginning that we do now. Of course, we have a bigger team now as well, so that takes tasks off hands and stuff like that. But that's what I would say in terms of the difference between like building as an entrepreneur some years ago to what's going on now.
Wow, man, bro, you done hit on so many stuff, man. Like, especially when you start talking about when we was in network marketing. Like, I remember every single thing you was just sharing. Like, bro, I remember we used to go to the malls. Like, compared to what people in network marketing that's in it to this day, compared to what we used to do back in the day, man, it's really no comparison. A lot of them are just comfortable now in this time just being behind the computer screen. But like you said, bro, we hit the pavement. We did everything that you could think of under the sun, man. So, absolutely. Yeah, man, it's definitely a major difference.
Absolutely. And I even want to hit a little bit more on that as well. As like, yeah, when we was doing network marketing, like, yeah, we would definitely beat up the pavement. Like I said, we was in the dens and living rooms, meaning doing presentations in our houses, other people's houses throughout the week and on weekends.
Yes.
And not only that, even myself, man, I had to travel all over the country.
Yeah.
Doing presentations as well, not just being online. We had to actually hop in the car or hop on planes and travel and do presentations in other cities, other states, all over the country.
Yeah.
Right? And at times, I had my hotel taken care of, but I remember even sometimes I had to sleep at people's houses. Right? Like, it was crazy. So it really really built us up to like where we are now, where really online, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's a lot more simple these days than it was back then.
Absolutely, man. I couldn't agree more with you, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we just gonna keep it going, man. So yeah, my next question that I have for you, man, and this will be my last question I got for you. Like, what inspired you in your journey up to this point?
Yeah, so I would say, in terms of entrepreneurship, first I would say will be my mom, right? So my mom was a prime example for me, like growing up, of like, you got great work ethic. You can accomplish pretty much anything you want. So my mom worked 2 jobs for several years. I saw her work ethic. I saw her get up early mornings, come home late nights, Monday through Friday, and work some Saturdays as well. And so I saw her work ethic. And my mom wasn't an entrepreneur, but it was just the work ethic. Like, if you want to accomplish something, you go out there, whatever you got to do. So my mom was like an example of that for me, like growing up. And my dad worked as well, but like my mom, like hustle was just on a whole nother level. And then my mom as well did sales, right? So that was like real inspirational for me. And me wanting in the beginning stages to help my mom more and things like that financially, that inspired me, right? I will say. But outside of that, I would say my guy Smurf, when I was in the entertainment business, like I literally saw this guy go from staying with his mom, right? He's from Decatur like me. And he dressed fly. Smurf always dressed fly, right? He had an SS Money collar on, 22s, all that type of stuff. And he was fly. I mean, but I saw Smurf literally go from staying with his mom to get a townhouse downtown Atlanta, to getting his high-rise in Atlantic Station, to also getting a high-rise in Buckhead across from Lennox Mall here in Atlanta. And I saw him, different cars and stuff like that throughout the year, switching in and out of cars. And he was becoming vastly successful in the entertainment business at that time. I seen things he was doing for his mom, his daughter as well. So I was like, man, I want that type of lifestyle. So it like inspired me to go harder in the entertainment business. And not even just entertainment business, every business that I've done now, right? It's just been in me because I saw that in the beginning stages. So over time, I actually ended up getting a high rise, right, in Buckhead as well. So it was just like, that was big inspiration for me. I would say as well, my guy Easy, Travis Easy Harris too, me seeing his lifestyle as well from the entertainment business. When we first started, he was doing real well himself, taking care of his family as well. And Smurf and Travis, both of them, I saw them traveling, just having fun, just living life. So over time, I started doing a lot of traveling and stuff too, and taking my lifestyle to a whole nother level. I would say this too, like when I was in the entertainment business, what also inspired me and motivated me was girls back then, right? Like, I was in my early 20s, so like, it was just a big thing to be able to be a party promoter here in Atlanta. I was making a name for myself. They called me G-Money at that time. And my hard hitters company was doing pretty well, was getting known. My artist was getting known. And so we would walk in almost any club here in Atlanta. We was good at the door. We had VIP session bottles. So a lot of the women wanted to hang with us. And so that was real inspirational, right, as well. That inspired me on a weekly basis, having beautiful women around at that time. I'm not as inspired by that these days, but like back then, like I was real inspired by that. And then I also was around a lot of celebrities. So being around a lot of celebrities in the entertainment business, that inspires you and motivates you. You get to see like these celebrities, like them being big and doing big things, right? So they used to be at a lot of my parties. So I used to be inspired by that. So that was that. And when I got into network marketing, I would say what inspired me was, for one, like I said, seeing my guy retire his mom, 21, buy his first house, that inspired me. One of my mentors as well in that first company I was in telecom and energy, was a multi-millionaire. And I actually signed up into the network marketing and direct sales company in her house. Her name was Lisa Nicole Cloud. And so she was real inspiration to me too, kind of to see like her lifestyle and stuff. I saw her house because I was at it. I saw like how she lived and how her family was too. Her family life was as well by her being a successful entrepreneur. And so I was inspired by Lisa. And I remember as well, Lisa actually did an event with me when I was in network marketing. And I remember she telling me I was the only national director here in Atlanta that she had ever did an event with. And she did it because of the fact that she saw what we were doing as a movement. She liked it. Like me and my team, she liked it. We was called Golden Global. And we had a Golden Global Day, and she came out and spoke at it. And she was like, she loved what we was doing as a team and a movement. She respected it. And she also wanted to see my team and organization rise to the next position in the compensation plan at that time. So, yeah, Lisa, I would say, and like I say, the guy who was 21 years old, which his name is Chad Thompson, I would say them in the beginning stage of network marketing was a big inspiration to me. And then once I got into the travel company, I was also working with Chad, and we became a diamond organization at that time. And then when I started the Rise of the 1%, I've had a lot of different coaches that have inspired me in this coaching and consulting space, I would say. A lot of them. I can't really identify anyone, but what I will say is, I wouldn't say identify anyone specifically. It's just been a handful of a lot of people that I work with. But I work with a lot of multimillionaires, right? And one of them I work with right now is in his early 20s, and his company does over $250,000 a month, right? So I can tell you that's a big inspiration. I'm in his mastermind with other multi-six and seven-figure earners. So when I go to these masterminds with these people and I hear the conversations and I'm getting the knowledge and I'm sharing my ideas as well, and the value that just comes out of that mastermind alone. One of the recent masterminds I actually went to, I was able to sit down and have a conversation with the guy who's down in Miami, Florida. His company is doing $2.8 million a month, right? Teaching people about Amazon FBA. And I actually got to have a whole conversation with him for a whole hour at the mastermind, the last mastermind I went to. That keeps me inspired, right? It is not even so much about the money, it's even the impact that they're making. They're changing thousands and tens of thousands of lives, through their programs. So that inspires me. Say, hey, we can do the same thing for the black community. So I would say that's pretty much the things that inspire me.
Wow, man, that's big, bro. That's big, man. This has been a phenomenal interview, having discussion, man. You really shared with the viewers a lot of great insights, man. I definitely appreciate your time, bro. Before we even end this video, man, if there's anything else that you want to share where they can find out a little bit more about the Rise of the 1%, what we got going, man, feel free to share it with the viewers.
Yeah, so I definitely hope you got some value out of this video. Feel free to share it around with anyone else you feel could benefit. Drop any comments below of your biggest takeaways that you got out of here. And also make sure you hit the like button and bang that subscribe button, as I'll be dropping a lot more free training videos or just videos in general, just like this. And also, if you're a black coach, consultant, course creator, service-based business owner, and you want to scale your business to $20,000 to $50,000 a month in under 60 days through automation and remote commission-based sales team and without any type of paid advertising, it's going to be a link to a free case study in the description. Just make sure you click on that link and you'll get access to the case study for absolutely free. And with that said, definitely have a great one on purpose.